Hi everybody, it's Elliot here. Lazy Dogs Records is my handle, I guess, on YouTube now. It's my first video. This is for Steve Carlson's Go-To Records competition. It's had 1,000 subscribers now, and offered this opportunity for everybody to show off some of their go-to records. So here I go. I'll start off with the amazing Rhythm Aces, Too Stuffed to Jump. A lot of people would first take maybe the Aces' first album, but to me this record is really special. Produced by their guitarist Barry Bird Burton. It's got The End Is Not in Sight, the cowboy song, Typical American Boy, A Little Italian Rags, a really good one on here. A lot of good music on that album. One of the great bands. That's from 1976. Got to have some good country, real country, not this mess they're playing on the radio now. From 1980, the debut album from John Anderson. Excellent album. It's got Having Hard Times, Shoot Low Sheriff, my favorite, The Girl at the End of the Bar. This is a really great album. Love great acoustic guitarists. Nobody like Norman Blake. This is Home in Sulphur Springs. This is a great debut album by him, by the way. Great history for Norman Blake. He played with Johnny Cash for a long time, recorded some of the classic albums, early Newgrass type stuff. Always come back to this one. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. Can't beat this one. Great guitarist, of course. His comeback, heroin addict. God, drugs killed so many people. Didn't kill him. Got off heroin and made this great album. Kind of a comeback for him from stepping away from the cliff, I guess you'd say. Now, don't hate me for this one. Despicable human being, I know. David Allan Coe, he's crazy, but he's also a musical genius when he was in his prime. One of his early albums, not his debut, but one of his early albums. This is Once Upon a Rhyme. It's got Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone. Interesting story on this one. He's a great interpreter and a great songwriter. He stole the melody for this from Townes Van Zandt. If I Needed You. Heard him play it at Guy Clark's house at a party. He said, hey, I like that. Can I do something with it? Townes says, sure. If you'd like to, just don't, just give me songwriting credit for it. You know, whatever you end up doing with it. A year later, Tanya Tucker has recorded this on, and that was the title of her album too. Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone? Great song. Lyrics are great. He wrote the lyrics himself. Didn't give Townes credit. Somebody asked Townes, well, why didn't you pursue that and get songwriting credit for that? He said, look, I travel around the country playing by myself. That guy travels around the country with a motorcycle gang. Good point. How could you not have a go-to album list that didn't include Emmylou Harris? Her kind of bluegrassy Roses in the Snow. A great album. It's got Jordan, I'll Go Steppin' To, The Boxer from Paul Simon, Wayfaring Stranger, one of the great classic public domain songs, Darkest Hour, Just Before the Dawn, a Ralph Stanley song. It just goes on and on. Give the man a musical instrument, give him a sheet of plywood so he can tap out the rhythm on it, mic that piece of plywood, and you can't beat a show by John Hartford. This is Mark Twain. This is my favorite because it's my first John Hartford album. A lot of people will go with Aeroplane, which is a very important album that came just a little bit before this. This is my favorite, probably because it's the first one I ever got by him. It's got a very good song. Don't Leave Your Records in the Sun. They'll get all wavy and they just won't run. They just won't play. They just won't play. But Skipping into Mississippi Do, the Julie Bell Swain, one great song on there. Great album. The only modern era album I've got that I would put as a go-to would probably be this guy's Southeastern. the songwriter just blows me away, blows everybody away when they listen to his lyrics. There's not a bad song on here. They're all great. Of course, Cover Me Up's getting a lot of covers by other artists and a lot of play. Elephant, if you don't cry listening to Elephant, you're not a human being. Live Oak, one of those kind of eerie, scary ones. Super 8's a really good song. Relatively easy. Produced by Dave Cobb, who produces all these Americana acts these days. Then, I know he said not compilations, but he recorded during the '78 era, so I wouldn't consider this a compilation. Robert Johnson, King of Delta Blues Singers. If you don't have this album in your collection, something's wrong, people. This is the ultimate real thing. There is no more heartfelt, gut-wrenching music that just, it's beyond words. Robert Johnson. Of course, there's another that's got the rest of his songs on there that he recorded. Didn't record 37, I believe, songs totally, total number that he ever recorded before he died. Member of the 27 Club before there was a 27, I believe. I'm not sure if he was 27 when he died, but he wasn't very old anyway. Another great go-to, Devon Clinton. This guy's still playing. Playing in Durham, coming up in a week or two. He's still out there in his mid-70s, I think, now playing. Came out of Fort Worth, opening or backing up the old blues players at the clubs when he was a teenager. Taught John Lennon how to play the harmonica. When they were on a tour, he did the harmonica part in Hey Baby, hitting like 61 or something like that. But great album. You just can't beat this one. Got my favorite line ever, maybe. You know, a dog, a canine is just a dog down deep inside. I don't even remember which song it's on, but it's got Plain Old Making Love, just a little bit, Shot from the Saddle, I Don't Want to Hear It Anymore, Have Mercy, and that's just side one, people. If you don't have this album, you need to get it. Woo! Great singer. Great singer. And the last one I'm going to share with you, that are go-to albums for me. A lot of people go to the first album from John Prine, and of course that is a tremendous album. But I have a special place in my heart for this one, Bruised Orange from John Prine. It's got Whistling Fish, or Fish and Whistle actually. That's the Way That the World Goes Round. Sabu Visits the Twin Cities Alone. That's a great little song. Iron Ore Betty. I'm in love with Iron Ore Betty, and she's in love with me. Great album from John Prine. So that's my go-to records. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm learning how to get things on the air on YouTube and things like that. I don't really know what I'm doing, so hopefully I can get this done, post this up and post some more. I do a lot of record collecting. I'm retired now. That's my big hobby. I love it, and I enjoy watching other folks